now. Stuff was good. There's a few things that he feels he needs to get better, but watching from where I was, you can tell it's a tough at bat. The cutter is something that we want him to get better at, so he can be better against lefties. But the slider and the sinker obviously is the bread and butter, and it looked solid today.
Obviously he was in the rotation last year and he's stretched out this spring. Like what does he have to do to kind of make that next step to be a guy that can stick there in rotation?
What he was doing before he got hit. I think he was taking that next step, and then he got hit, and it took him a while to come back, of course. And then he struggled throwing strikes. Strike throwing is the most important thing, especially with that stuff. Obviously, everybody's different. We talk about pounding the strike zone. Well, certain guys, they cannot do that. They got to get ahead and then pitch to the edges. But with his stuff, kind of like throw it down the middle, let it play, and get people out. We've seen a lot of guys with that profile before, and they've been successful. Velocity-wise, it's up right now, like a lot of guys here. But with him, is kind of like keep throwing strikes. Obviously, the left-handed thing is real. We got to get better at that, not only with him, but as a staff. We got to get lefties out, and if we can do that, he'll be in a good spot.
When you have a player go through kind of a traumatic injury like that, getting hit in the face, how do you kind of manage not just them as like a pitcher in terms of their performance, but the mental aspect of having to go back out there and face hitters?
I mean, we got some people here that's their job, right? But I think it's more about him than anything else. He actually wanted to stay in that game. He thought he was fine, but he didn't miss a beat. I think as far as like what happened and what happened after that on the mound, maybe he had to do something with it. I don't believe so. I just think the 2 months that he didn't pitch, not having the repetitions, him coming from back surgery, getting into the groove, and then missing part of the season, that's what put him in a bad spot. But his last one was a good one in Baltimore. He threw the ball well, something that he felt like he finished strong, and taking that into the offseason, he did a good job working in his mechanics and a few things pitch shape-wise in West Palm Beach with Nick. Nick was in the same facility as Tanner. They work hard. Bebo was there, Perez. So there's a lot of good feedback from both of them. And, hopefully, whatever role he's in, he can pound the strike zone with good stuff and get people out.
Speaking of rotation, you got a lot of moving pieces. You've been here a long time playing, managing. You've always had that one or two marquee names. How different is this spring? You've got so many different people that could fit in the rotation.
It's been like this the last few years. Well, the last two. I think 21 and 22, we had our guys. In 21, we stay healthy throughout. In 22, we got banged up, and it didn't happen. But one thing, if you look back to the history of the Red Sox when they're really, really good, the rotation carries the pitching staff. It happened in 04 when they traded for Kurt, him and Pedro and the rest of the guys, they carry that pitching staff. In 07, we got Josh before that, and the rotation carry that team. In 13, some veterans did the same thing. In 18, same thing. 21, same thing. We can talk all about bullpenning and all that stuff, but all the cool stuff happens in October because of the off days, and there's no tomorrow. Over 162, there's always tomorrow. And I think you cannot rely on the bullpen all the time. Somebody has to step up and go 6-7 innings more than once in a while. And when you get a lot of innings from the rotation, then you're in a good spot. And I do feel the last 2 years it's been a grind with that. We can talk about openers and all that, but you need 5 guys that can take that baton and keep running and running and running and running, and take care of the bullpen. And hopefully this year we can do that.
Alex, as an outsider, as the uninitiated, that would sound like a campaign speech to go out and get one of these starters who's out there.
No, I think there's certain guys here that need to take a step forward. I think I've been very honest about it. Yeah, we need pitching, and we need guys to take a step forward. You can sign the best free agent out there, pitching-wise, but if he comes here and the Whitlocks and the Houks and the Bayos and the Crawfords don't pitch up to what we expect, then what's going to happen? You know, we're going to be in the same boat. So we need our guys to pitch the way they're capable of. We got Lucas, who is a workhorse. We believe that, you know, this guy can go 6 innings every time he goes out there. And there's certain guys here that last year they did a good job. Nick, for example, right now, this is the best I've seen him as far as like motivation, locked in mentally. His pitches are where they're supposed to, and velocity-wise. Let's see where he takes us. But I do believe there's a group that we've been talking for a while here. You know, I remember, you know, in 19 and when I got back in 21, everybody was talking about Tanner and Crawford and Bayo. Well, they're here, and they got to do the job.
You've made a point of not referring to them as kids anymore. First
Well, they're 27.
Yeah. Is that part of putting more responsibility on them?
They're not kids. I mean, some of them, they got 2 years under their belt, and they're older, you know. Kids are the ones that are 20, 21, you know, getting to the big leagues, and those are kids. These guys they're not veterans, but they're not young anymore. And, you know, they're here, and, you know, hopefully they can take that step forward and become the guys that everybody envisioned 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
Because of what you just said about Pavetta and what he did in the second half last year, has he separated himself a little bit from Whitlock, Houck, Crawford in terms of your expectations?
Yes. I think, you know, if we go back to his season last year, I know in the beginning he struggled, but he was going 5-6 innings, you know, and we made a decision of taking him out of the rotation after the good start against Seattle. He had a horrible one against Atlanta.
Yep.
He would throw 91, 92. Olsen got a get me over breaking ball hit over the steakhouse. And then he pitched well against Seattle, but then we had to make a decision rotation-wise because somebody was coming back. I think it was Witt. Witt came back, right? And, you know, we decided to put him in the bullpen. Was he throwing the ball great? No. Was he giving us innings? Yes. You know, and he did an outstanding job in the bullpen. He found a few things over there, not only stuff-wise, but, you know, his mentality, the way he attacked hitters. And I do believe he grew a lot last year. And he has the same mentality. He still has to perform, but I do believe he's in a much better spot going into this season compared to last year.
One-on-one meetings about lists, is that a new thing for you guys?
Not really.
When I asked Craig yesterday, he thought it might have been. But
No, we have been meeting for a while here, yeah.
how important is it to like set specific goals?
I think for him it's different. I mean, like there's a part of him meeting people, you know. That's another area. That's something that we have to do, right? Like you get a new guy here, a new boss, you know. It's always good to hear from him and talk to them, but it's like, I mean, it's been going on. I remember having my meeting with Theo and Tito in 2007, you know, like it's something that every organization does.
They set the goal for you to hit 400 for a month or so? Or
They basically said you're gonna crush, you're gonna hit, and then Pedroia is gonna take over, and you guys gonna win a World Series.
Have you talked to your starting pitchers as demonstrably you just did to us now about them taking it up a notch, or have you done more so?
They know, and I think the program is pushing them to be a lot better early on. Like I've been saying all along, I'm very happy where we're at with the pitching structure. Obviously, it starts from on top, and this is something that Craig has done throughout his front office career, right? It's been, you know, putting emphasis on the pitching part of it, and him and.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're saying you were like, they got to step it up.
Well, that's where I'm going. You know, like I mean, it starts from on top, and we know we can push these guys to be great. You know, to be a lot better. And from my end, I do feel that they have to do it. I've been saying it. I said it in winter weekend, and I'll say it every day. You know, like they have to do it. But I think we got some pieces in place now that it's a lot different than in the past, as far as like philosophy-wise, that they're gonna be able to take that step.
Okay, so not to beat this to death, but they can step it up and all that cool stuff, and you guys can still go out and get a free agent pitcher. You can have both. Have you?
Oh, that's a question for people up there, but yeah, I mean the offseason is not over, you know, and there's a lot of good pitchers out there, a lot of good players out there, position players. So I know we're still working, they're still working, and hopefully we can get better, in the upcoming weeks.
There's been and obviously a lot of planning over the winter time. That's what it's all about. But what's it been like to just work one-on-one with or alongside Bailey in the early days here and kind of see some of what he's trying to do with this group?
Yeah, I think what Justin and and Andrew have brought is a different perspective. Pitching philosophy-wise is a lot different than the last few years. There's a lot of emphasis in a few things, stuff-wise, but at the end of the day, if it's the universal rule, right? Strike one, and then after that you got to work. But I do believe that where we at right now, with all the information we're gathering, with everything that they brought into the equation, we should be in a better spot, and the guys have bought into it. The competition part of it is real. There's not just a slogan, we're going to compete. Yeah, right. No. This is real. And they're competing, in sequences, at bats, velo. They're competing in PFPs, and one thing about competition, and I know a lot of people are like excited. Oh, there's a lot different. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, there's one thing about competing. There's another thing about competing the right way. And the drill yesterday was sloppy, and I let him know, hey, yeah, it's all fun and games, but we still have to hit the target. It's not only about points and all that. And today was a better day. So we're gonna push him to be great. And I think the mentality that Craig has brought, Andrew, Justin, and the teaching part of it to the staff has been great. There's a lot of stuff that I still have no idea what they're talking about it, but I'm learning, and I'm very excited to keep growing. One of the things I told them, and this is something I told Bushy, and I told Dana in the past, that I'm the last guy talking to the reliever, and I'm throw the ball to the plate, let's go. No. I have to be better at that, and that's something I want to improve. I can talk about sequences and how to attack guys and all that, and that's my goal, to get better in that aspect. And it's been refreshing, it's been fun, and it's been very educational.
How do you like the simplicity of the 3-pitch thing that they keep talking about?
I like it, and I think that the goal here is for them to understand that, you can get quick outs, with good stuff right away. You don't have to set people up. The up and in to go down and away, yeah, sometimes, some guys need to do that. But I do believe attacking hitters with your best stuff is the best way to get people out. I learned that from Brent Strum in 2017. I saw Lance McCullers throwing 27 breaking balls in a row to finish ALCS, and people are like, oh, they're going to be looking for the breaking ball. Yeah, maybe, but it's not the same breaking ball. I can try to throw the same breaking ball, but it's a hanger against third, back door, and he's not trying to do that. So you throw your best pitches as much as possible, and the odds of winning that hand, they're really good, and that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Who do you see in the mix for a leadoff spot?
For me, I shoot. When Jaron was the leadoff guy for us, we were probably one of the best offenses in the big leagues. And obviously we need him healthy. Out there every day, and if he's healthy, that's my guy.
Where does he fit best in your eyes defensively?
We know he can play center. He made some strides last year, but obviously, all depends where we go. He can play center. He can play left.
On that note, O'Neill's played, I think, all but 40-something games in left field in his career. So where do you guys? Is he going to be the left fielder?
Like I said, everything goes by decisions here, and when we make decisions, then we go with the best alignment out there.
Do you have a name in mind in your head for opening day starter?
The last guy I mentioned, he's in Atlanta right now, so yeah. I don't believe so. I think there's a lot of basketball over there in Arizona. There's a lot of baseball, so I think he's going to stay over there.
Alex, if I could ask you one last thing on rules from last year. Do you think anything has evolved to be different this year with the rules from last year that you might have learned from it, or things to be different?
No, I think we did a good job, throughout the season adjusting to it. Obviously this year the pitch clock with men on is going to be 18 seconds instead of 20. I think we're in a good spot with that. Yeah. No. Don't change a thing. Maybe 7 inning double headers. That'll be good. But maybe when he retires in 5 years.
What about the deadline for free agency thing that Manfred was talking about?
I mentioned it 2 days ago. No news is not good for the business. As a baseball fan, I do believe the best deadline was in 21, right? Because we had the lockout, and the last 2 hours of that day were crazy. Yeah, very. That's where Texas made their money, right? And they won a World Series because they got two big boys over there, and they did their job. So I don't know. I used to be in the union, so I understand their points, but we need something. We need news. The off season was boring for the business, for the game, and there's a lot of good players out there that they should be somewhere, getting ready for next year, for this season. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, that's a big subject, with the commissioner and the Players Association. But from my end, more action is a lot better.
Talk to your former agent.
I talked to him a few days ago. Yeah.
You and he are not on the same page on this.
No, I know that. He might call me tomorrow.
On days when Duran's not leading off, do you have other guys that could mix in? Trevor, maybe?
I don't know, man. I think matchups will dictate that, and the roster will dictate that. But as of now, for me, if Jeremy's healthy, he's our leadoff guy. We're good? Thank you.